It is not a myth nor a legend. Judgment is real, and no one escapes it. When the heart stops, time bends. Every word spoken, every choice made, returns as a witness. There is no defense, no disguise, only truth before the one who sees all. This video reveals the moment when the soul awakens after death, where light does not bring comfort, but memory, where love and justice walk together and nothing can be bought. It is the moment when the eternal answers what mankind has sown, and what seemed forgotten rises again. On the boundary between mercy and condemnation, there is a place where even shadows seek forgiveness, the place where souls wait in the valley of redemption. When the light manifests, there is no sound, no voice, only the certainty that nothing can remain hidden. Souls awaken in a realm that does not belong to time. There is no ground, no sky, only the presence that fills everything. It does not accuse, does not question, does not explain. It observes. And the mere act of being seen is already judgment. One by one, faces turn towards that light, and the past opens like a forgotten book. Words once spoken in secret return with clarity. Intentions behind every gesture appear without disguise. Old lies, well-rehearsed excuses, acts of kindness performed for vanity. Everything is shown as it truly was. There is no longer "it seemed right." There is only what was true. The presence does not impose itself with anger, but with clarity. And it is that clarity that destroys. Some try to explain themselves, others fall silent, as though the very air had grown heavy. Time, now alive, speaks for them. Every moment they believed forgotten returns to testify. It is the judgment of the conscience where no one is deceived, not even by their own heart. And as the light expands, revealing all that was hidden, a single truth becomes inescapable. There is no escape when the soul itself is the mirror. The voice breaks the silence, not as sound, but as memory. Each soul begins to see fragments of its own life, scattered scenes that now join together like pieces of a single destiny. The withheld gesture, the wounding word, the help refused. Small decisions that once seemed insignificant now carry the weight of eternity. The divine gaze does not show only what was done, but what one desired to do. Hatred hidden beneath the mask of indifference, pride disguised as virtue. Every choice reveals what the heart truly loved, what it feared, what it secretly worshipped. And while some confront their faults like open wounds, others see before them the good that no one ever noticed. There are those who discover that a forgotten prayer changed the course of a life, that a silent act of forgiveness held more value than 1,000 words, that a sacrifice made in secret was seen by heaven. Divine justice does not measure fame or appearance. It measures intention. And in that revelation, each soul understands that the eternal destiny was not imposed. It was chosen little by little, in every act, in every silence, in every moment when love could have spoken and did not. Then the defense begins, useless yet inevitable. Some try to justify themselves, claiming they merely followed what everyone else was doing, that they were victims of time, of circumstance, of human weakness. Voices overlap in search of mercy, attempting to persuade the invisible judge. But the answer does not come in words. It comes in images. Every lie spoken to protect the ego appears before them, repeated so many times that it had already become truth in their own mouths. Every excuse takes shape, revealing how much it served not truth, but fear. And when the divine voice speaks, it speaks with the very truth of the one who hears it. It does not accuse, it reflects. Those who used faith as a disguise are unmasked. Their sermons become empty echoes, their temples, monuments of pride. Those who sought power using the name of God now see the weight of their deception, the shine of gold that dimmed the light, the applause that replaced devotion. Judgment is not born from wrath, but from revelation. There is no punishment imposed, only the unveiling of what was always hidden. Everything that was a mask dissolves. Everything that was shadow becomes light. And before that light, there are no guilty nor innocent, only what is true. When the weight of judgment seems unbearable, something changes in the air. The same light that exposed guilt begins to shine in another way, no longer as a flame that consumes, but as a fire that purifies. Among screams and silence, there are faces that weep not out of fear, but out of repentance. And in that weeping, the voice finds room to speak of compassion. Those who recognize their own fall in life now see the fruit of repentance, not by merit, nor by good deeds, but because they loved truth more than their own pride. Justice does not absolve them, it transforms them. And in the moment they surrender, the light that once judged them now surrounds them in peace. Others, however, remain motionless, trapped by their own deception. They would rather blame fate than confess their heart. And before them, the same light that saves also condemns, not out of cruelty, but coherence. For divine justice is not vengeance. It is the exact reflection of what each one chose to be. The entire space seems to tremble between pain and relief. Love and justice meet as inseparable forces. One cannot exist without the other. And while some are carried away by a breeze of rest, others plunge into their own darkness, understanding at last that eternal destiny is not imposed, it is revealed. The doors open, and silence once again takes hold of the realm. There are paths that lead to light, and others that descend into darkness. No soul is pushed, none are restrained. Each one follows the path it forged for itself. There are no commands, no promises, only understanding. Now all know where they belong. Those who walk towards the light do so in peace. The radiance surrounds them, and their steps make no sound. There is no fear, no pride, only a serenity that dissolves time. They vanish without farewell, like those returning home. The others, however, look back. They try to run. They scream. They plead for one more moment. But time does not hear them. What was done is done. What was chosen, sealed. The shadows welcome them like old companions, and the void wraps them in a silence that brings no rest. Then the voice speaks one last time, filling everything with a calm that cuts. What was sown has been reaped, and the tribunal of eternity dissolves like a dream. The realm fades, leaving only the distant echo of human choices, the sound of lives that reached their end, and of souls still searching for redemption. Judgment ends, but the silence that remains is deeper than any sentence. The images fade, and what lingers is the awareness that every choice made in life still resounds, like echoes that do not cease, only await an answer. Nothing is lost. No gesture is too small, no word is forgotten. The good once ignored remains alive. The evil once hidden continues to cry out. Eternity does not begin after death. It begins in every decision made while breath still remains. For love does not forget, and justice never sleeps. In the end, all that we are is revealed, and what we give to the world will be what the world returns to our soul. In the Valley of Redemption, every life finds the reflection of what it chose to be.